बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स, उम्मीद करते हैं कि आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। फ्रेंड्स, आज के सेशन में हम डिस्कस करेंगे 5 प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ लीन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग। तो वीडियो की तरफ बढ़ने से पहले हमारी आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें। चलिए आज के सेशन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं। लीन प्रिंसिपल्स अप्लाई टू सर्विस सेक्टर्स एंड फोकस्ड ऑन एम्प्लॉयज़ whether in training or in empowerment. They reinforce the importance of the human factor in the process of delivering services. Besides focusing on people that make part of the transformation processes, lean services also focus on the customer. Unlike manufacturing, the first contact for selling services in the customer, the service company deals with the customer directly on the front line. Differently from most industries, there are three different categories in the service sectors. Number one, first, professional service with high focus on people, contact time and processes. An example of this category is a corporate bank. Number two, second, service shop, hotels and rental services. Third is the mass service with low attention to equipment and customization. A great example in the transformation service for a correct use of lean in services, it is necessary to apply important principles such as completely solve the customer's problem by ensuring that all services operate, and especially work together and do not waste the customer's time. Provide exactly what they want, exactly where and when wanted. Also suggested two services laws. The first compares the customer's expectations with their perceptions of the services delivery. If the precise service is better than the expectations, they turn out to become happy customers. The second law states that the first impression cannot influence the rest of the services consumption experiences. Based on this statement, there are two fundamental variables in the relationship of the service delivery. Customers being the first and the employees who deliver the service. In manufacturing operations, high cost and focuses are related to raw materials and equipments. But in service operations, manpower is one of the most relevant factors in the cost of doing the job. The human element is a highly relevant variable in the service sector. Despite the similarity of the some lean service principles and lean manufacturing, lean service does not have a single or specific model that can be taken as reference in any situation of era of services like standard steps. On the contrary, there are several models which can be applied according to the nature of the service. For instance, there are services related to hotels, logistics, food production, food consumptions, air transport of passengers or cargo, information technology, and so on. Lean services focus on the customers and on time. The service area, differently from the manufacturing area, strongly depends on the human factors, which is responsible for the prospections, executions and delivery of the services to the customer, who expects service with high quality. A recent study introduced the concept of the lean consumption. The idea is not that the customer shops less but shops with less difficulty and disruptions. In this context, companies should adopt practice to eliminate the inefficiency in production processes. In it and it is now the moment to take initiatives to deliver the consumption prices experiences more efficiently and with less sacrifice. Some examples reinforce the use of the lean initiatives. If a company examines its inbound processes, for instance, it can find ways to not waste drivers' time and suppliers' vehicle with inbound and outbound activities. The lean service operations must offer what consumers want and where they want it. Supermarket builds stores where consumers are and connect them through the distribution centers strategically located. This increases the speed and agility on the production distribution. Lean logistics must be up to date with new techniques to increase the performance, especially delivery time and customer satisfaction. Suppliers should understand and consumers need apply lean methodologies to their processes and adopt themselves to customers. But often this is a two-way highway. Customers and suppliers should be strategically and operationally aligned. Currently, there is a saying well known in airline companies: low cost and low fare. The focus is to reduce aircraft time on the ground. For this, customers are partially involved in some activities to reduce this time. For example, just before landing, the crew requests all passengers to collect their waste and magazines. Besides reducing ground time, it helps reduce expenses with cleaning. Another lean logistics strategy at airports is the boarding time. Passengers located at different portions of the aircraft and are called different time intervals. In hospitals, lean is applied to reduce the waiting time. They have rules and procedures specific to different types of the patients and procedures, such as for first aid, surgery, tomography, एक्सरेज, लेजेंस एट्सेट्रा. तो फ्रेंड्स, ये था हमारा आज का सेशन. होप सो आपको पसंद आया होगा. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. अल्लाह हाफिज़.